Butter.
Hi, guys. How's it going? Happy Saturday. We've lost time. Yay.
Yay.
We're just gonna jump right into it. We're doing a split really quick. We're gonna do a speedrun intro. Let's start with Jay. Don't fuck this up. Go.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm at TheYellowCubes. You can find me on all social medias at TheYellowCubes. I'm here playing Eilif Sanse, Blood Knight. Figure it out.
Mournian, go.
I'm Mournian. That's all that matters. Go on.
Joel,
TactlessRaccoon neck.
Little Bones.
Bones, indie gamer, Oleyna, prostates.
Myriad, my channel. Hi, we're starting. And who's doing the recap?
I guess
We
I'll
fucked
do
up
it.
our split right there.
I think we hit world record, guys.
Yep.
If not, at least that's definitely PB.
Oh yeah, we PB'd that shit. I'll do the recap since it was mostly about Moss. So we started our adventure arriving in Turgaron, where we went to Moss's home. There was a stench appearing from the cellar. Moss was unable to find his father's body. Did find his mother's and journal, which his father had been reading. Moss cast sending, talked to his father, who's still crazy as hell, by the way, but possibly alive and seems to be right about where his mother may be. They then went to the last drop, where Moss's mother did most of her entertaining. Found out that she had a possible enemy who vanished through a mirror one time that Moss was able to recollect. And from there, we ran into members. After we left there, we ran into members of the
Circle of Brass.
Circle of Brass. The Circle of Brass, where we fought two of them for a bit and then escaped on a ship with a member of Eilif's the Red Sashes. They're not the Red Sashes. I can't remember their name either. Ring of Ash. Thank you. On a ship, and Oleyna put her finger in a man's butt.
That's
Caw-caw.
that is caw-caw. That's how we ended the episode last time. You had to be there, okay? Go back and watch the VOD. But yes, Moss has learned that his father is alive as far as he can tell, after thinking that he had killed his father months ago before leaving Turgaron. He thought that he had killed his father and seems to be alive. Oleyna out here. Yeah, Oleyna's just pegging dudes. It just be like that.
Watch out, I'm coming for your dads.
Coming for your dads. Anyway.
Good news, he's not dead, so you might be able to find him.
I mean, I would imagine Moss's dad's probably pretty hot. So we left off last week with you guys venturing to Knife's Edge on a boat, one of the Ring of Ashes smuggling boats that you would soon learn. The journey to Knife's Edge takes over 2 weeks, just over 22 days pass. You arrive at Knife's Edge on the third day of Koth. Knife's Edge is a wonder to behold. A city built into the massive cliffside that juts up against the Carnelian Channel just across from the splendor of the Isle of Solaris. As you approach, you see the gaping hole in the side of the land where the city resides. Massive structures carved out of the cliff face. You're half wondering how the hell you're going to get up there when you see the docks below the city. You watch from a distance as people enter into what looks to be a sophisticated pulley system that raises up and up and up until it reaches the city. Any RP moments you guys want to have as you approach Knife's Edge?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask. You said that we can see Solaris from the distance.
Yeah, you can see it. It's
horizon.
so as you're approaching Knife's Edge on the left-hand side, you can see Knife's Edge, and then if you gaze over the right, you can see Solaris in the distance. You know that Solaris has it's like a tall like mountain that sort of peaks up, so you can see the mountain in the distance.
I think the party would notice Oleyna. What is there any like cultural rude hand gestures within this world that Oleyna can make at Solaris?
Middle finger.
Yeah, she's giving the middle finger to Solaris.
You do like that, or yeah.
Yeah. And keep in mind, like Oleyna's got long fake nails, right? And so it's really dramatic. I think she is decidedly ignoring the fact that Solaris is there, and probably also looking out for more assassins sent by presumably her father.
And you do know at this point, Oleyna, kind of what to look out for these assassins. You know that the Eilifs are the ones who seem to have been contracted, and they are very easy to spot once you know what to look for.
Yeah.
And I will say, when you had entered Turgarin, you didn't notice anyone. So perhaps the failed assassination attempt hadn't yet reached back to Solaris, but you're imagining within the last 22 days that you've been on the boat, word has definitely probably gotten back that the attempt had failed. So you are anticipating you might be met with another attempt within the coming days.
All right.
Anyone else? Boss?
Mostly, you'll notice Moss is walking more confidently than he was. He doesn't look like he's grief-stricken or guilty about everything anymore. And I would imagine as we're walking into this city, this is very different from what he's used to, so he's going to be looking around almost in wonderment. Yeah, that's all.
Eilif, anything from you?
Eilif's just kind of making sure that there's no water getting into her boots. She's not really thinking. It's just a job.
Deck?
Nothing much. Probably just reading.
Neck, you've been up to some shit the last 22 days. The party, I imagine, you guys are in close quarters. The party likely would note that Neck has been sort of poring over magical books, spell books, copying spells into his own spell book. And you know that that is not how Neck normally works. Neck was, for what you know, a paladin. So you guys can do with that information what you will. But as the ship docks, the structure seems even more impressive as you stare up the straight cliff's edge. No longer able to see the city that you know sits at the top. Saris leads you all off the ship, handing off a pouch of coin to the captain, and makes his way over to the pulley systems. There are about 5 lined up along the edge of the cliff from the docks. The operator kind of smiles and nods at you all pleasantly, opening a tiny little safety gate, allowing for you all to file in. And it is very much like sort of like an elevator, but just sort of made out of stone and wood instead of metal. You all enter?
Yes.
You kind of like get a little jolted as the system starts, and you are getting raised up, hundreds and hundreds of feet into the air. It's a little unnerving if you're scared of heights, but it's also quite a wonderful view looking out over the Carnelian Channel. You can even still see Solaris in the distance. You guys have arrived sort of at kind of in the morning. It's probably around like 8 a.m. So there's still sort of that fog, that misty fog settling over the channel. It looks both very spooky and also beautiful at the same time. And as you reach the top, there's an operator at the top who lets you off, and he kind of smiles at you and says, "Have a good day." You note that it's quite different from Turgarin, where you kind of got interrogated upon entering the city. Here, it seems to be a bit more come and go as you please. And as you enter officially into Knife's Edge. It's a wonder to behold at a distance, but it is magnificent up close. You're not sure how deep into the land the city goes, but it is expansive. You note structures carved from the earth go all the way up, likely to provide structural stability to the cliffside. Walkways above connect the structures at taller heights, and around you, the city is bustling. The massive structures carved from earth and stone go up hundreds of feet, and you feel small beside them. Saris leads you through the city. Clearly, he's been here before enough to navigate swiftly through the winding streets that weave their way through the columns. You arrive outside of an establishment nestled amidst the taller buildings. A rather charming sign with a bird etched into it hangs from the awning. Saris enters with no hesitation, and as you all follow him, you realize it's a tavern. You watch as he moves through the bar to where a midnight blue tiefling woman stands, and they exchange a few hushed words. Saris will sort of look over his shoulder, nod to you all, and he is going to leave you as he enters into a door just beyond the bar, disappearing behind it. Would you all like to do anything at this point?
Yeah, would Oleyna know where to meet Vadym?
So you would know that Vadym has he's got tailor shops all over the country, and there is a tailor shop in Knife's Edge. It was actually probably one of his first that he sort of helped. He doesn't necessarily own all of the shops, but he's sort of like their patron. He kind of helps them get off the ground. If he is inspired by a designer and he wants to see them flourish, he will essentially give them a small loan, a small personal loan, if you will. And he helps them sort of set up their business, and he essentially has sort of stock in their business. He gets a little bit of kickback from that business, which was how he makes so much of his money. But you do know that the shop in Knife's Edge is Mardnab's dress shop.
Okay. Oleyna will look at the party and say, would you all be here for a bit? I'd like to get up with Vadym, of course.
I don't know anyone in this city, so I mean, I don't think I'm going anywhere without.
I'm waiting on him, and I'll point where Saris disappeared into the door.
All right, Neck.
Yeah, I can wait.
Wonderful. I'll go seek out Vadym and meet you all back here, I suppose. I might be with him, so.
Do you ask anyone for sort of directions?
Yeah. She would probably just go up to the barkeep and ask.
Like I said, the bartender is a midnight blue tiefling woman. Very pretty. Yeah, honey, what can I help you with?
I was hoping you could. What was the name of the shop again? I'm sorry.
Mardnab's.
If you could direct me to Mardnab's dress shop. I have a friend waiting for me there.
Oh, let's see. If you go out the tavern, you go to the right. You're gonna head down the street until you get to Silver Street, and then you're gonna turn to the left, and then you should spot it. No problem. It's a nice place. It's a green.
Green.
Yes.
I see. And she would leave a gold coin on the bar top and say, this should be enough, certainly for at least a round or two for that group over there. And she'll point to the party.
Oh, she'll give you a little wink as she pockets the gold piece, and then she'll sort of signal to your group as you leave to get their orders.
Right. Awesome.
As you leave, you navigate your way through Knife's Edge quite easily with the instructions given to you, and you find yourself standing outside of Mardnab's. It's actually a nice, quaint little place. It does look really out of place against all of like the earth and the stone structures that are around it, but it's sort of like a little cottage. You see a little hanging sign, Mardnab's dress shop, in like a neat script. And you do note that the sign does say open.
She'll go ahead and saunter right on in and sort of look around and give a little hello.
So as you walk in, you will note two people in the shop currently. A little gnomish woman is standing behind the counter. She looks like she's probably standing on a stool to sort of prop her up a little bit. And there is a extremely handsome purple tiefling man leaning up against the counter, and it looks like they're going over dress designs. You could see some papers that they're kind of looking over. And when you say when you call out, he sort of tilts his head over to see who has entered, and you see a very bright smile light up on his face. Oleyna, my love, and he'll kind of glide over to you, pressing a kiss to each cheek as he greets you.
I think Oleyna sort of squeals at the sight of him and sort of meets him halfway and does the same very flowery cheek kisses. It has been too long, my darling.
Far too long. Oh, I've missed your face, your beautiful face. And he'll cup your cheeks, and then he'll press another kiss to your forehead. And he'll kind of just like stand back and admire you. I think as he sort of does that, he sees something in you, something that's different, something that he hasn't seen in you before, and he's known you a very long time.
You look at me as if I'm something to behold that you've never seen before. What is it, darling?
Well, my love, you are always something to behold, the beauty you possess, but I'll kind of like pause a little bit. You seem different. Has your journey found you well?
It has. Things are a bit strange, Vadym.
Ah, strange how?
She'll look at the gnomish woman and then look back at Vadym. Perhaps we speak in more private circumstances.
Ah, of course, of course. Let me introduce you at least to Mardnap. She was one of my first shop owners that I opened business for, as you can see. And you'll look around and the designs are beautiful. Luxury and fine craftsmanship when you see it. And these dresses are absolutely gorgeous. And there's two suits as well, a whole variety of clothing. This woman is clearly very talented, and you could see why Vadym had chosen to go into business with her.
I think Oleyna will sigh and say, perhaps coming in here was a mistake. I fear, darling, I might end up bankrupt.
Oh, please, none of that. Whatever you want, you will have it.
I am truly spoiled by you, my dear. I will need perhaps 2 men's suits and another dress for myself and then another dress for another, but perhaps we speak of that privately.
Of course. Did you have anywhere to be?
There's a tavern with a group of my compatriots.
Oh, your friends.
Yes. Did you get my letter?
I did. Quite an interesting group you found yourself in.
Before we go and meet said friends, perhaps we discuss something very quickly.
He'll kind of pull you off to the side, so that you have a little bit of privacy from the gnomish one, who actually seems a little bit not too concerned with whatever it is you guys are discussing. She seems to be sort of poring over the designs that her and Vadym had been looking at. She's sort of erasing parts and drawing on little bits and baubles to the designs as you guys are speaking.
Were you stolen from?
Well, darling, you'll have to be a little bit more specific. I get, unfortunately, in this sort of business, with this sort of thing going about, you get stolen from a lot. I'm no stranger to being the victim of a burglary.
Sashes seemed a bit organized.
You're talking about the Ring of Ash.
Perhaps.
They've been a thorn in my side, but it is the game, isn't it?
Truly. I'm glad that you understand that, for I'm traveling with one.
Oh, interesting. Taking up the company of mercenaries.
Something of the sort, along with one very tall man you might find very good looking. Not really my type, but he's good with a sword. We love that.
Oh,
And
it's a
then
single.
Moss, you remember Moss. He is a widower, so
Oh.
maybe a gentle touch.
And Moss, you said? That is the
Moss.
bard.
The bard, yes. I've been traveling with him still.
Vadym would have met Moss.
Yes, he would have.
Hmm.
I would imagine so. If he
Yep.
spent any amount of time with Oleyna, yeah. That's also another situation to talk about later, but I just want to ensure, my darling, that forgiveness is in the air tonight, and whatever was stolen can be paid back by yours truly.
He'll kind of tap his chin a little bit, contemplating. Well, it was some of my finest silk bolts that were stolen.
Mm-hmm. If I sweeten the pot.
How so?
This party. I've not been entirely honest with you. While, of course, I could never say no to you, denying you would be denying all that is holy and good in the world.
Of course.
Of course. But, you know, my sticky little fingers can't help but just take. If I were to perhaps take something as a gift for you.
From Lord Elena's personal collection.
I'm just saying,
So you guys
perhaps
are planning a heist.
I don't know so much about the rest of the group, but I certainly am.
Oh, well.
I-
This will be quite fun, I think. I think this will be
Indeed.
great.
Exactly. So, about that air of forgiveness, are we inclined to that?
I am inclined to forgive you this once at least.
I knew that you could see reason.
I am a reasonable person. Reasonable man. I have a heart
Indeed.
of gold.
Absolutely. The most forgiving.
Well, I do so want to meet your companions, so lead the way.
Yes. Outstanding. And Oleyna will lead them both then back to the tavern.
As you guys sort of exit the dress shop, he kind of calls out to Mardnab, Mardnab, darling, I will see you later. Ta-ta! And he'll sort of give a little flourish as he leaves. You kind of barely hear a response from her. It doesn't seem like she much cares whether he comes or goes at this point. And you guys will arrive back to the tavern.
I imagine they sort of walk hand in hand and sort of fawn over each other.
Hmm?
And it almost looks like that they would be a couple. And perhaps maybe at one point Oleyna did want that, but obviously that is not Vadym's wheelhouse per se.
As you approach the tavern, Oleyna, please give me a perception check.
What does 15 plus? What's perception? Plus 6. That amount.
21.
21.
You are just about to enter into the tavern when you spot something out of the corner of your eye. A tall figure, seemingly approaching the tavern at the same time you are.
Do I recognize who this figure is?
It's Sam. He looks at
Oh,
you and he like rushes over to you.
I think Vadym, for the first time in knowing Oleyna, and he has known Oleyna a long time, would see her starstruck and sort of speechless.
Sam sort of comes up to you. He's sort of not paying Vadym any mind. He's looking at you. It seems he's like making sure that you're okay. Ollie, your letter said that you were... And he'll kind of block Vadym. Are you okay?
I think in hearing him call her Ollie, she blushes, and sort of is like, What are you doing here?
Said that assassins had come for you. I pulled in a favor. I got pulled in a favor. I came here as soon as I could. I knew you were coming to Knife's Edge. I wanted to make sure you were okay.
I'm okay.
He looks worried. He's normally very stoic and sort of almost like not quite emotionless, but pretty monotone a lot of the time. He was very worried for you.
I think she'll smile and say, "You came."
Of course.
I see. I'm okay. We dispatched them quite easily, and you're here because you were worried about me.
Of course. You were being hunted. You're being hunted.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that the assassins will come back, but I think that Oleyna will sort of look at Vadym nervously, like, what do I do? This is really nice.
You have never seen quite a shit-eating grin on Vadym's face as you do in this moment. He is amused. He has never seen you like this before. And even with his most wily attempts when he was, when you two have been together, he's never seen you so flustered before. And he's watching the exchange, and he offers you nothing in return. No sort of guidance. And at this moment, Sam sort of... I'm sorry, did I interrupt?
No, you didn't interrupt anything. Everything, you being here is most fortuitous and welcomed more than anything. This is Vadym. He's an old friend of mine. Vadym, this is Sam.
Vadym's going to offer his hand to Sam, and Sam's going to take it without hesitation, giving him a firm handshake, sort of giving him a nod of recognition. Had you ever mentioned Vadym to Sam?
I would imagine she spoke once it was sort of established of her profession. I think perhaps she would speak of Sam as fondly for Sam, or Vadym fondly, for he was the one who bid on her maidenhood. He was her first, and probably did so in an attempt to protect her. I would imagine. And she speaks quite highly of him.
The two men shake hands. And Sam will look at, where are the others? You shouldn't be traveling alone through the streets.
Well, I have Vadym, but I did travel alone through the streets to get to Vadym, but the rest are inside. I'm fine. I'm better than fine now that you're here.
And he is going to he places like a hand on the small of your back as he guides you to the entrance, where you find your companions enjoying the nice round of drinks that you had bought for them. We're gonna flash back a little bit. What were the rest of you guys up to as Oleyna was meeting Vadym and Sam?
Eilif would probably awkwardly put it in order and then just go, do you know when he's gonna come out, or do I just have to wait?
The tiefling woman kind of looks at you. She's looking for any sort of red on you, and you know that. She's looking you up and down. He'll come out when he comes out. Shouldn't be long.
Do we have any more, like, we have the marking of the red. Do we have, like, necklaces? Because I thought we did.
Mm-mm.
But if not,
You just have
then-
the red.
okay.
You have like the red. That's how you sort of establish.
Well, I don't wear that, so I was just gonna go, yeah, no, he's my boss, but I guess I'll wait. Yeah.
Hold on. She kind of leans over the bar, a little bit closer to you. It's the boss, huh?
Yeah, he's just my boss.
Yeah. Nothing else involved.
Yeah.
I inside what's going on.
Nah.
You can insight. Go ahead.
$22.
This woman clearly clocked that Eilif is a little too concerned where Saris is. There's something going on between Eilif and Saris. Not concerned for any other particular reason?
No, I just I gotta ask him a question. It's an important one. But
Yeah, I bet it
forgot to
is.
ask him before.
Yeah.
No, there's an implication there that I.
Oh, he's a handsome man. I'm not judging.
No, it would be unprofessional.
Honey, you guys are mercenaries. There's nothing unprofessional about that. What's a little, with your boss, coworkers,
I just thought
working in such close proximity. Those feelings they happen. You got to act on them, or else they'll just build
real
up.
Close. Yeah, no, it's close. I try not to like look him in the eye. That's.
Oh yeah, I would be looking elsewhere too.
Sorry,
He's just like, oh, there's a lot going on there, huh?
Can I get nail? Can I just get nail?
Of course. And she'll sort of fill up an ale for you. And slide that over.
She didn't know she was holding. She's just, oh god. Okay, she'll grab it and then she'll. Would anyone else give her their orders so that she can take them?
No.
Moss
Okay.
is not at the table.
I'm gonna ask for some food as well to be taken to the table.
She'll give you a wink, coming right up.
She's gonna saunter over back to the table, just plop down.
With shame.
I hate this place.
So. Did you order food?
I did. Yeah, I did. Got us food. It's coming. They said.
Jeez, what were you guys talking about? You seem very. Your cheeks have a lot more color right now.
I just put my beer down. They made a lot of implications that just weren't true. And it was just wrong, really.
I mean, yeah, whenever it's wrong, I too get flushed with color.
I'm not very confrontational, so just a bit different,
I'm just busting your chops, Eilif.
Yeah, no, I got
He lets
that.
out a chuckle.
I'm gonna kick him under the table and just fucking. It's hard, okay? People talk and they get things in their head.
Boss, what are you up to?
So shortly after Oleyna had left, Moss is going to kind of look around. Is there any sort of stage, performance area, anybody performing?
So you'll note that this bar is a little different from ones that you've been in before. It's smaller for one. And there's no stage or anything. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of area for like a bard to start like busking in. And it's quiet. Even like most people are talking in sort of hushed tones. You'll note that there are actually, roll me a perception check for this.
13.
Okay, that's enough. You'll note that there are, seems like a lot of the patrons are sort of dressed in like brown leathers, sort of almost giving off like almost like they look like sort of rogues of some kind. And you look at, you realize that the name of the bar is the Angry Starling. And I need you to roll me a history check.
19.
You've heard tales of different thieves guilds and everything. You're a bard. You tend to kind of garner a lot of information just by existing in a space. A lot of the times, with the whispers and the conversations that happen around you as you're performing. You know that the Thieves Guild out of Knife's Edge is called the Quiet Starling. And you can imagine this tavern is likely their headquarters as you look around and you clock individuals in dressed in leathers who seem to be having quiet conversations amidst each other. There are other patrons that seem to sort of not quite be a part of that group, but a majority of the people here are sort of dressed in brown leathers.
Okay, Moss will kind of note that. Just go up to the bar, order an ale, and then go back to the table.
You go up to
Doesn't
the bar.
seem like the kind of establishment.
Yeah, you go up to the bar. The bartender will give you a little wink as she hands you off your ale. She actually kind of leans on the bar. So really, tell me what's going on.
Oh, they're madly in love. They just don't know it.
Oh, my favorite kind of tale. Oh, I love it. Friends to lovers. Oh, I'm gonna write about this.
I probably will as well.
Oh my God.
I am information and stories are my trade.
Well,
He'll
if you have
kind of
any...
point to the loot on the back of his
Oh, a bard.
on his back.
So exciting.
Yes, I was hoping to make some coin, but I don't believe this is the kind of establishment that would enjoy the tomfoolery.
She sort of leans on the bar with her chin resting in her palm. Oh, I'm so dreadfully sorry, darling. Yes, it seems a lot of these guys are kind of... They don't really like the music and everything. It seems to ruin the vibe for them.
Well, different places for all kinds. No worries, I'm sure there's another bar that would enjoy such.
Oh yes, there's a couple of other taverns in the city, though if you really do want to make some money, I suggest you go to the plaza and try playing there. Usually it's quite busy in the markets.
Oh, which is a fantastic idea. And he will kind of generally ask for directions there. And how would I get there?
She'll let you
I'm
know.
new in town.
Oh, well, we get a lot of people who are new in town. She'll sort of give you directions to the plaza. It seems like it's probably in the middle of the city, which makes sense. Most times marketplaces are sort of the central hub of a city. And yeah, she'll tell you it's probably like a 5-minute walk from here.
Fantastic. And I have one more question, if you would.
Yes, darling.
If one was wanting to find elixirs or potions, not that your brew isn't fantastic, but maybe something with a little more oomph for, say, magical purposes.
Oh.
Would you happen to have a recommendation?
Oh, you want to go see Corin? Over at Corin and Burning. They are the resident alchemists of Knife's Edge. The best in town, honestly. Probably the best in the country. And then she will sort of point you, let you know that it's actually just down the street from here, and what to look for.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate that. I don't know. We'll probably see you again. And he will take 2 gold pieces and slide them across to her.
She'll give you a little wink, take the gold pieces and pocket them, and she'll go back to sort of cleaning the bar. You do note that she's not particularly keeping an eye on you all, but she is sort of looking around the bar. And you'll notice she's also wearing brown leathers. She has a bit of like a cloak on. But you'll note as she sort of cleans the bar, the cloak sort of falls to the wayside, and she's got brown leathers on. So something to make note of if you want to.
Yeah, Moss would head back to the table and kind of fill them in on what he's learned and tell them he would like to visit both the potion shop and spend some time in the town square.
I think at this point, the door opens, Moss, just as you settle back into your seat at the table. The door opens, and you see Oleyna, followed by a purple tiefling man. His eyes are red, a deep red, the sclera and all. His horns are sort of curled back and sprouting forward out of like a mass of dark curls that seem to be perfectly coiffed. His horns also have like gold tipped on them, as there's always like sorts of chains and bits and baubles of gems and other fine jewels hanging. Clearly a man who appreciates the finer things in life. And oddly enough, following right after them is Sam, which is odd because you had last seen him in Dunbreak.
Sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna go.
He gives like a little wave to everyone and gives like actually a nod to Neck. I received a concerning letter from Oleyna and wanted to ensure everything was okay.
Continue.
Hear that, and then like look at Eilif, and then look at Sam, and look at Eilif, and just be like, man, these two are just the same person.
Same person, different font.
I mentioned the assassins, but I did ensure to tell him that we did in fact dispatch them, and but he's here either way, and you see sort of Oleyna like lighten up, and she's sort of this like big ball of like glee at the words.
Did you tell Vadym about the assassins?
No, she did not.
When you say assassins, Vadym's like, assassins? What do you mean?
It was horrible.
After you?
I think she'll take a hand on Vadym's and squeeze it and very quietly say, I do believe they were sent by him. And I think Vadym would know.
He looks scandalized. That no good, dirty, rotten man. His own daughter?
I haven't told some about that.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Looks...
He's like, oh, shit.
Sam's not a gossip. He's not going to press you to tell him something that you don't want to tell him of your own volition. So he's going to pretend he didn't even hear that. As he's actually going to be quietly talking to Neck about sword stuff. You don't really pay attention. Yeah, like sports ball. You're like, whatever. But yeah, you all are well, 3 of you are sitting, 3 of you are standing. At this point, what would you like to do?
I think Oleyna would sort of give a very grand wave of her hand before Vadym. My darlings, Vadym the Great.
Vadym will
one of you is already
bow with a flourish.
Yes.
He's gonna eye each of them. He knows Moss, so he's like crossing out. And then you mentioned a tall man with a sword, and he'll kind of look Neck up and down like, oh. And then he looks at Eilif. Oh. And he'll slide in the seat next to Eilif, wrap his arm around the back of the chair. Hello.
Hi.
So, I was informed of a little beef amongst the party.
You're
Forgiveness, Vadym.
You're the guy that makes the like pretty tablecloth stuff.
Clothes, darling, clothes, yes.
Yeah, no, but it looks like tablecloth because it's like
Yes,
pinned.
the bolts of fabric that you stole from me.
Yeah.
Lot of
I didn't
money.
do that.
You don't think that, fabric is really worth a whole lot until it gets stolen from you. And you're
No,
out
I don't know who
tens
did
of
that.
thousands of gold. Poof, in the wind.
I-
Gone.
I-
Never to be seen again.
I don't know who
Horrid.
did that, but that's unfortunate for
Oh,
you.
it's so terrible, isn't it? To just
Yeah, that's
have your property stolen from you by a stranger. Odd how that
Yeah.
happens. Oh,
yeah, no, that's unfortunate.
lucky for
I already
them,
told
though.
him, Eilif.
I am forgiving.
That's good for them if you ever find them.
Oh, yes, sometimes, they're just gone in the wind. Other times, you meet in the strangest of places. Under the strangest circumstances.
Eilif, he knows. I told him. But we're working with
Why would you do that?
because we're working under an air of forgiveness. And
All right. Well,
I'm also blackmailing you into wearing a dress. So
no, I don't want to. I don't. That one, and I'll point at her dress.
no, one more suitable for you, of course.
What's wrong with her dress? Do you not like
yeah,
it?
what's wrong with my dress?
I designed
No,
it.
It looks.
Made it with my own
I
hands.
Oh, you did. I thought she'd stitched it together from like stuff she had found.
He looks offended. He's like, Oleyna, I'm not sure an air of forgiveness is where I want to go with this.
Air
Meeting.
of forgiveness. Remember what I promised you, my darling. Air of forgiveness.
No.
I've
Eilif,
never been so insulted.
Eilif, quickly compliment him.
Neck.
You got good skin.
I do, don't I?
You do.
Skincare is very important.
It is
You
very
have to make sure you have your
important.
lotions.
Yes, and your oils
Mm.
and your serums.
Serums, yes. You need to make sure it soaks into your skin. You have to layer it just so.
What if we
It's
did skincare later together?
I'd love that.
Yes, excellent. And say nothing more, Eilif.
Neck will
I'm gonna-
lean and whisper and be like, I wish to apologize on her behalf. She is, I think she's a bit flustered because of her crush. It has just
You-
come out that she is madly in love with her boss.
No,
You have-
you're just really ostentatious, and it's just a lot for my eyes. You know. You just.
He'll
it's
look
like
at
a
you,
lot-
Eilif. What lovely eyes you have. An Aasimar, huh? You and I are, intrinsically opposites of each other. Fiend, angel.
No, I'm not. No, look
Not
at
what?
look at her some more. And I'm gonna
Not-
point to Oleyna. Yeah, look, she's real nice to look at.
Of course she's nice to look at. I know that. She's my best friend.
She's beautiful. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm thinking you do like greens. How about some blues?
Blues, yes, I like blues.
Blues. We'll do a nice sort of seafoam green.
And satin.
Oh, it'll look quite lovely. I'm thinking an off the shoulder. One shoulder.
Yes. Exposed.
Exposed, yes.
Yes. Maybe a hint of gold.
Oh, we have to do very nice earrings and updo.
Up to. Oh, yes. Clean face, though.
Yes, no,
Almost
we don't.
there.
She is quite lovely, so I don't think
She
that we
is.
need to do a whole lot with the face.
No.
Kind of speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Made
they
of a gauzy
lying?
skirt.
Hear me out. Rings.
Oh, rings.
A ton of rings.
Oh, but wait. Rings, but gloves. Gloves with rings over top. I think it'll be very,
Yes.
very good. I think it'll
Can
be the
I-
next trend.
Can I tell you?
Mhm.
I think I want gloves now.
I can get you gloves, darling. No
Gloves.
worries.
Thank you. I have plenty of rings, but the gloves, yes.
What are they talking about?
We're talking about dressing you, darling. Dressing
Yes.
you. We have to fix this up if you want to go to a
Yes.
party. Wait,
Yes.
what
Look,
party?
The Redford Keep party.
Oh, they have invites.
No. About that. Certainly between the two of us, we can get at least one other person in, and she slowly looks at Psalm. But the rest of them will need to do some disguising.
He's gonna look back at Psalm, kind of look him up and down. Oh, that is a big man. Oh, we could get him in easily. Probably he'll be our god for the night. That's no problem.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
The other three, however, a little bit of an issue. I definitely do not have any extra invites.
No.
Perhaps.
However, perhaps I disguise them?
Oh, as what?
Whatever we want. And perhaps if maybe we could acquire the map to the keep.
Oh, I'm not sure I could. I'm not sure I could swing that one. I think we might have to go elsewhere for that. However, and then he looks at Moss. I could probably get you in as entertainment. Fair bit of coin in it for you.
I always love coin.
So it's just these two that we need to get in. Now, hear me out. If we can go into the archives, we can get a map of the keep and then perhaps sneak them in somehow.
Yes, we'll have to work on this plan.
Yeah,
Are there any sorts of...
Steal an invite?
Oh.
That could always work.
You are good at stealing, love. We know that.
Air forgiveness, Vadym. Air forgiveness.
Could I? What if I just guard the entertainment?
Oh. That's true.
Are there any sorts of magical enchantments that would block magic? We could always... I've been told there's a fine potion maker here in town. They were touted as one of the best in the world. Certainly.
Oh,
they
Corin. Corin is
Yeah.
excellent. I get all of my ointments from them.
Certainly, they would have possibly an invisibility potion.
That is.
My mother
that is
used to
a
use
thought.
them in her show from time to time. They are quite handy.
That is a thought. Definitely
It's
do
a
that.
thought.
We do
Yes.
definitely need a map of the place, though. Unfortunately, I've
Yes.
only ever been to the Redford Keep once before. It was a bit of a blur, honestly.
Was that the time with all of the, oil?
Oh, I was slicked up. Just
Yes. The oil.
like a pig in
Moss,
grease.
you wanted to go to the shopping center, right? You want to go now?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, all right. I'll
At that point, you do note that the door behind the bar opens, and Sarah sort of slides out of it. And he looks at the group, and he's a little confused because there's 2 extra of you now. And he sort of waves a hand as he approaches.
Oh, look at your boyfriend coming, Eilif.
she just holds, like, you can see her hold down her hand as she goes to, like, swing. Just,
All right, then.
this is my boss. This is him. And I'll point at him.
Vadym and Psalm.
When you say this is my boss, he sort of like kind of like looks like a little like, oh, okay. And he'll sort of just nod to both Vadym, and he looks at Vadym, and he looks at Vadym, and then he looks at Eilif, and then he looks at Vadym, and then he looks at Eilif, and he's like,
I'll look and I'll go, yeah, she told him, I guess. Fuck me. I don't.
You're fine. We're working under an air forgiveness.
She keeps saying that. I
air
don't know what that
forgiveness. All right. You got. I like forgiveness. Yeah, forgiveness. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
We may need an invitation to a party.
Lord Eleanor's party.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we could probably figure out.
We also need a map of the keep itself.
Oh, I can get that for you.
great.
Might take
We
me a
could
day, but I can
retire.
get that. When's the party? And you know the party's in about 2 days.
2 days.
All right. Well, yeah, I can swing that, I think. Invitation might be a little bit more tricky. I think what we really need to do is we need to figure out if there are any nobles that aren't attending or had been invited and are unable to attend, or, you know, you could always just, like, disguise yourselves as servants and bribe the servants to let you
we
in.
can disguise ourselves.
We could also make sure that a noble doesn't make it. Not saying kill them,
Let's make them
but slow
sick.
them down.
I'm kind of
Not
prone to
often
just
possible.
tying them up and leaving them in a closet somewhere, but, you know.
Not
That
opposed.
sounds like a good time for them.
You and I
Nice.
have a very different definition of good time. I'm not
I'll
going
live
to
a weird life.
I'm not going to push that further. We have multiple options. We just need to decide on one or two, and option A and an option B for when option A inevitably fails. Possibly an option C just in case.
Find a noble. Make sure they won't show up.
Is there any way we could get our hands on a list of who all's been invited? Vadym, would you be able to help with that at all? You have quite a bit to pull.
Oh, certainly. I could probably cobble together something. It would probably be just it's definitely mostly the nobles of the region. Probably in the
Is
far
there-
reach too. Some merchants like myself.
Is there, I don't know, why don't we make this double useful? Is there a certain merchant or noble you don't like?
Oh, how exciting. Yes. Actually, there are several. Alistair Hyde is a fucking thorn in my side. She keeps trying to step in on my turf, thinking that she's some grand designer when she's really not. It's children's play, honestly. We also have Josaeth Briggs. I just don't like the way he looks, honestly.
You know what? That's fair. There are people I don't like the way they look as well.
Valid.
Samal Ungot, he's another merchant.
Of
He's
those
like
three,
okay, you know, like he's a little foo-foo for me, you know, whatever. He doesn't like what I do. I don't judge him for what he does, so I don't know what his problem is.
of those three, which would arrive on a ship? Do you know who would arrive by a ship and who would arrive by a carriage?
Alistair Hyde would definitely arrive by ship. She is coming from Aasimar. And then Josaeth Briggs is probably already in the city. Samal is probably arriving from the north, so he is arriving by carriage.
So then I pose this question to the rest of us. If we want to delay a noble, would it be easier to delay one coming on a ship or carriage?
Carriage. Ship,
Fine.
there's too many variables.
Tend to agree. Would everyone else be in agreement?
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Now, just to verify the name one more time, please, Vadym.
Samal Ungart.
Samal Ungot, none of you are secretly lovers or friends with this individual or someone they're
I don't
aware of?
think so. He might have visited the Gilded Cage once, but I wouldn't necessarily call that a lover.
Not a friend, no confidant or anyone you wouldn't mind if they were sick for a bit.
I wouldn't recognize the names even if I tried.
Well,
Not
I-
familiar to me.
I was, and I mean this with no disrespect, Eilif, I did not think you would know who they were.
Oh, good. I did.
All right. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Well, why don't we... How many invitations will we need? If I will be entertainment, Oleyna already has her invitation. Sam will be her bodyguard.
Technically 3 then, Vadym says, as he points to Eilif, Neck, and Saris.
Oh, he's coming to. Okay, more the merrier.
Oh,
I
is he
guess.
not? I'm sorry. I thought that these two were involved. I thought that they might want to attend the
Might
party
as well.
together.
I think it would
I
be nice if they
mean-
attended the party together. I think that
Oh, it'd
would
be
be
quite
best for
lovely.
them
It's
both.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
well,
Anyway,
that is true.
I'm just,
3.
just because he didn't say anything, he just went yeah and agreed. I'll look at him and just go. These
Well,
clothes.
So we need 3 invitations. We can get one from the noble. We can have. So the noble is male, correct?
Yes.
So it looks like one of
He's actually a
the two of-
merchant. He's not a noble. Let's not give him a little more.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah. That'll go straight to his head.
So one of you and Moss will look at both Nick and I always forget his name. What's your lover's name, Eilif?
Saris.
Saris. One of you needs to dress as a merchant and the other be their god.
I was gonna be next. Like, looks at Monson. He's like, I was gonna be your guard.
Oh. Okay. Well then.
I mean, we
looks
could
like-
make this very good. You are a highly sought after bard. New and upcoming. The country is raving about you, especially in post-war times. You're bringing a light of hope for us all. A light of normality. Your beautiful songs. Of course you need a god.
Are you sure you weren't a bard at one point? You do a really good
Oh.
job of talking people up.
Thank you. No, just a merchant. Simple merchant, nothing more.
I don't think you're simple, Vadym. No one else does either.
He winks at you.
Next, like, it would be a good thing to also bring him looking at Aelif's lover. I'm like, because we all know Aelif's not
well,
too great
now,
with words sometimes. So
Now Saris gets
very
to be the merchant, and Eilif gets to be the merchant's date.
I love this.
me too.
Ayla just looks. She just kind of like. She doesn't hate the idea. She's just like fuming at how fucking thick they're laying it on. So she's just,
I
yeah, be
can't
nice.
wait to see how you look in a dress and you in a suit.
You wanted to be friends, Eilif. This is what friends do.
I'll look at Vadym and I'll go. Can it at least be in like a northern style?
Darling. No.
I think they already have what they are going to dress you in mind. I don't think you have any say at this point, Eilif.
You have no
But
say.
I also think you should look at it like this. This isn't you getting dressed up and all fancified. This is you putting on a uniform for the evening.
How am I gonna steal things if I don't have pockets?
Oh,
You
it'll
let
have
me tell
pockets.
It will have pockets, darling. Let me explain something to you. The thing about a dress is there's so many things and places and folds and pockets and hidden compartments that you can hide things in. I assure you, I can carry everything that I need just like this.
You know what we should be on the lookout for?
A bag of holding.
A bag of
Yes.
holding.
I knew it. I'm going to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna. I think that's a swell idea.
I'm going to be spending some time playing in the market this afternoon to make a little extra coin and see if I can gather any information. I'm sure there's somewhere here. Where would you suggest us starting to look, Vadym?
Let's see. Is there any place around here? I would think probably Hina's supplier. That is a general store. They also sell some mundane magical objects.
All right. I still think we may want to grab a few potions of invisibility if we can get our hands on them. It's never a bad idea to have a plan B.
I'll stop by the bank. I'll stop by the bank. You can pay me back.
Oh, are you like the funder?
Apparently.
I'm something of a benefactor myself.
Oh, I love a businesswoman.
Are you proud of me?
I'm so proud. This is the best.
Well, I'm going to be spending my afternoon playing to make money, and now I have to pay back for things for the group. Okay.
I think that while this is all kind of happening, Oleyna, like, idly is, like, brushing her hand against Psalm's.
Sam is, I think at this point, underneath the table, he does have, like, your hand, kind of clasped in his. And he's sort of rubbing his thumb on the top of your hand, and he's looking around. He seems to be kind of quite vigilant and clocking everyone, and he very easily clocks that these people are part of some sort of thieves guild. And while maybe that might have concerned him, right now it doesn't, because they're not an assassin's guild, so just a simple thieves guild.
I like that he's holding her hand under the table. That's all I got from that. Oh god, that's so cute.
And he actually at this point, he has been listening to the conversation. He looks at you and he's like, "Well, I have to wear a uniform."
How do you feel about dressing in a suit?
That is fine. Do whatever you want.
Oleyna's she's just speechless. She's just, I will.
Will we match?
Do you want to?
Yes.
Vadym,
Yes, darling.
can you make us match?
Oh,
Psalm and I?
of course. Wait, can we all match?
I think that would be excellent.
Just you, us three. Since it'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
odd if we matched the others in the group.
Yeah, it'd be
We-
strange.
We don't know each other.
We don't know. Right. We don't.
One more.
What color shall we wear?
I'm going to leave now.
What
Yeah,
color do you
same.
want to wear?
I don't care.
All
I think
right.
you would look best in like a vermilion.
Oh. Oh, I have just the fabric for that.
Neck, what is it, dear?
Can I put in a suit request so I can follow Moss?
Oh, yes. What do you want to wear? I think I might have to take your measurements personally.
Ah!
And he's like, and he'll realize that this is probably going to take longer. So he's just like,
No,
I guess-
stand up. Come on. Stand up.
he's like,
Do a little twirl for
wait.
Vadym.
No, Vadym pulls out a tape measure from his pocket.
but he's just like, can it be like dual purpose? Can I flip it inside out for like a different look?
Of course. Stand up.
Purple.
Stand up.
I am.
All right. He goes, he measures your inseam first.
Of course.
And then, but he's just like, one side black with purple trim, reverse is purple with black trim.
He looks back at Oleyna. Nice. And then he'll go and
Yes.
use your, he'll measure every other part.
Nice cock.
How come he gets to pick? I don't get to pick.
Darling, I see what you're wearing right now. Trust me.
This is what clothes?
And he's being a bit more willing in this situation, so willingness gets you a long way.
Yeah, you seem like the type of woman who needs to be told what to do, if you get what I mean.
All right, I'm gonna go after Moss. I'm gonna grab Cyrus's hand and just like fucking get out of there.
Look, they're holding hands.
I let go and I grab him by the like leather.
Scruff.
Oh, she is forceful. Get it, girl. As you walk
I
out.
love this.
Is the train's leaving? Is anyone else coming?
Oh, Eilif doesn't know what to do with her hands.
All right. Well, we will be in or around the market square. Should need of us arrive. You are very safe. We will see you later.
I think if somebody looked at me for too long, they would probably perish under Psalm's hand.
I would start barking.
We could bark together.
And on
Nick
that
is
note,
just also ready
we're
to
leaving.
leave.
We're leaving. Good day.
Vadym blows you guys kisses as you leave. One for each of you.
I give a bard like a curt bow as I turn and leave.
Catch it! Catch it!
He catches it over his shoulder.
I love that so much.
All right.
All right. So, I think we'll start with Moss. We'll go to Moss. Moss, where would you like to go first?
Moss is just gonna go kind of to the town square and look and see if there's any buskers around, kind of separate himself from them. Put his hat down and just pull out his lute and begin playing a jaunty shopping tune.
You will note that there is another bard. It seems like they're quite young. Oh my goodness, we're getting raided. Phantom, New Jersey, welcome on in. Hi. Hello, guys. You guys were doing, were you guys doing a charity stream today? Welcome on in. Hi, raiders. How's it going? Hi, guys. We're in the middle of our D&D5e Homebrew campaign, All We've Lost. We're planning a heist. They wanted a heist. Welcome on in. Hello, hello, hello.
This is Oleyna 6.
Yeah, this is Oleyna 6.
As opposed to Ocean's
8.
11.
I love that.
So, Moss, you do note that there is another bard in the square. They seem quite a bit younger than you, probably at least by like a decade or so. So they're like mid-teens. They're very poorly stringing on their lute. It seems like anyone who's sort of passing by is just giving away a little like copper piece out of pity. It's a little sad to see as you're watching, but you place your hat down and you begin to strum. Okay, no, go ahead.
Upon seeing this, Moss will move and stand beside him and not put his hat down. And instead he will just begin to kind of pick up what the other bard is trying to play and then try to make it sound better.
Kind of harmonizing almost with him.
Yeah.
I need you to roll me a performance check.
That is a 28.
Holy shit. That is more than enough. As you are sort of strumming along, you seem to be picking up on a melody that he's trying to play. It's just his hands aren't quite moving quick enough. But you pick it up quite easily. And as you are plucking along on your lute, you begin to hum a little bit, giving a little bit of harmony to the song that you guys are playing. And other people are starting to take notice of you playing along with him. And they start dropping a couple more coins in, silver pieces, a gold piece. And the guy, he looks quite happy, and he looks up at you, and he's looking at your hands, and he's trying to figure out what you're doing as he's playing along. And like a smile is lit up on his face. And he begins to sing some lyrics, and his voice is actually quite lovely as he sings. It's a rather upbeat song, kind of jaunty. Yeah, you guys are playing your little ditty and garnering quite the attention. And it seems like this little guy, his confidence has gone up a little bit.
Yeah, Moss will spend some time just kind of hanging out there. He'll never put his hat down. He'll leave the other kid's hat there, and once they kind of finish and take a break, Moss just kind of wants to lean down, give him a pat on the back, and say, "Keep practicing. With a lovely voice, I think you'll be quite the bard someday."
Oh, thanks, mister. That was really cool what you did. That was so cool. I've never seen anyone play so good before.
You'll see yourself one day, and you'll be even better.
I hope so. I think I should. Oh my god, that's more coin than I've ever made. Ma's gonna be so happy. Oh, we're gonna be able to have dinner tonight.
Wait,
thank you.
Hold dinner tonight. How long has it been since you've eaten?
Are you looking at him? He's quite skinny, quite pale. A couple of days. We've been, my little sister's been a little sick, so we've had to pay for the doctor. So we've kind of had to go without for a little bit.
Not again. And Moss will pull out his coin purse and put 30 gold in the hat.
Are you
Get
sure?
home with that. You get home with that safe. Take care of your sister and your mother.
This is a lot of money, sir. Are you sure?
You should stop yelling. This is a lot of money before walking away from me with it.
Oh, are you sure? This is a lot of money.
Where do you live? Let's walk. And Moss is actually going to walk him home.
He kind of leads you through the streets. He leads you towards, it's sort of getting to be a little bit, you note that as you're kind of going through, especially the marketplace, there's a lot of color, a lot of tarps that are just very colorful. And he leads you towards, it looks sort of like not the nicest area to live in. And he points up at one of the tall structures. I think you can kind of think of these as almost like apartment buildings. But unlike in like normal times where apartment buildings, the higher up you live, the more status you have. The higher up you live, the poorer you are because it's dangerous as you go up higher. He's like, we live all the way up there.
All right, well, you are home, and this is where I leave you. Get upstairs quickly and safely.
Okay.
And then whatever your mother needs, give your mother the money. And then get whatever she needs for yourself, her, and your sister.
Okay.
Where's your father?
Oh, he got called up north. We haven't heard from him.
Okay. Well, hopefully he'll be home soon. That should tide you over for a while.
He'll give you like a very deep bow. Thanks, sir. I appreciate it. You take care.
And keep practicing.
I will. And he's between the his little hat full of coin at this point and his loot. He kind of scuttles up the stairs. You know it's going to be a long way up, but that doesn't seem to deter him. He's hauling ass upstairs.
He's got a lot of stamina.
Yeah, he's little.
And yeah, Moss will return, and if there's still people roaming around, he'll just put his hat down and start playing.
Okay. I'll say that you make let's roll. Let me roll for it. You make 17 gold, 3 silver, and 7 copper.
Fantastic.
Where are you heading next, Moss?
Moss, after that, would probably want to head to the what's it? Does anyone remember the name of the magic shop, the mundane magic shop? I always forget. Hana's?
Orin and Burning.
Well, that was the potion shop, but where we were talking about the bag
Oh,
of
the
holding.
general store, Hina's supplier.
Would that be in this square?
Yeah, a lot of them shops are sort of in the square. They're quite close to the tavern as well.
All right. Moss would like to make his way there. I'm assuming the others have been just kind of meandering around the market square. I don't know.
So I think that Neck, Eilif, and Saris were probably meandering around as you were busking. You would note that Moss had sort of gone and escorted the little gentleman back to his apartment, his place, and then he returns shortly after. You guys are sort of perusing through the stalls, the market stalls, more window shopping than anything else. And he returns.
I've made a bit of coin. Would either or any of you like to come with me to the general store, see if we can find that bag of holding?
I don't have anything that I need to get from there, I don't think. But if you find anything that would be interesting, I suppose, and I'm gonna pull out, how much gold do I have? I'll give him about 50 gold.
Okay.
In the little pouch, and then just hand it over. You know, give me the change, but if there's anything that's of interest, I'm just gonna look around some more.
I have no idea what interests you. I'm not going to lie, but I'll try.
Books.
Shop things. I know that.
Shop things, yeah. Cheese. A lot of cheese.
I don't know that you would want cheese from a general store.
I don't know what they sell at general stores.
I mean, they may have cheese, but I don't know that it'll be up to a decent quality, though. I don't know your quality standards for cheese, so...
I guess then just whatever they have that looks interesting. That's it.
All right. Nick, will you
Let
be?
me know.
Sure. Nick, will you be joining? Or
I'll just follow you.
all right. And we will make our way to the general store.
As you guys go to leave, Saris, who'd actually sort of disappeared, comes back up to Eilif, and he's got 2 skewers of meat and veggies. He hands one to Eilif. Here you go.
Thank you.
Would have been nice for you to go on
Tears
this one.
into
That's
it.
fine.
Well, you're not my employee.
Thank God.
Nick will like lean over to Moss and he's like, "We're not the ones on a date." I don't-
Oh, we are kind of intruding. We should.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Intruding?
Don't
Huh?
ask questions.
What?
Enjoy your skewer. Enjoy your meat.
Saris, looks at you guys as you go away, and he's like, "God, are we on a date?"
Nick will just as he's walking away.
I just picture Nick and Moss walking away, just kind of.
Want to go see if there's like a show at the theater or something?
Definitely on a
I don't. Sure. I've been to the theater in, I think, ever.
All right. So I'll take you to the theater, and he'll sort of hold his arm out for you.
She knows that she's supposed to take his arm. She just like grabs his bicep. Yeah, this. I don't. Do I? Are we on a date?
I think if you grab my arm properly, then yeah, we're on a date. If you're gonna hold my arm like that, I think maybe we're not.
Or, she grabs it properly. I feel like I gotta be wearing like something else.
Why? What's wrong with what you're wearing?
I don't know. They kind of, to be completely honest, they kind of broke my self-esteem a bit down. So she like looks down at her leathers and she's like, this doesn't look great, does it?
He'll like his like brows like sort of knit together, and he's like, "What do you mean? You look great like that. I like you just the way you are."
Oh, yeah, I like, thanks. I like that as well.
And then he'll sort of like glance like, "What's the letters make your butt look nice?"
Yeah, they do. There they do. Thank you. She like gets a big flush and she like, all right, the theater then.
And as you loop your arm through his properly this time, he'll actually sort of pull you a little bit closer to him as you both walk. Going to the theater. Gonna go see a show.
Can Moss and Nick have went about 10 foot, taken a left, and just hidden behind a cart watching?
Yeah. Hold on.
I like the
But
idea of
just-
them chaperoning.
Just Nick's
as-
head right above Moss's.
As you guys go and hide behind a cart, you notice Saris glance over at you two,
Okay.
and with his other hand, he gives you guys like a little thumbs up. And
I'll return the thumbs up.
Eilif and Saris walk away. Moss and Neck watch them from afar before eventually, I'm assuming eventually, going and heading towards the general store.
Well, after like the thumbs up, Nick kind of like looks at Moss and he's like, "Can we go now?"
Yes, you know you were just as curious as I was. Don't pretend to be all big and mean.
So lead the way.
You know, I'm trying to be friends here. You're kind of an asshole, but we'll go.
Everybody except my wife has ever told me that, so kind of feels at home.
Oh, great. So that's just natural asshole. I'm glad to know you're not putting on a show for me. Let's go.
And as they do walk, Nick will kind of talk about some of the stuff that he's been like researching and learning.
And you say you can do what?
Well, I can't yet. I'm working on trying to figure out
I am
how.
very intrigued by this.
Yeah,
I dabble in spellcasting, but nothing to the extent that you're talking. You already had magical aptitude. I'm gonna say it. I'm impressed.
yeah, I'm intrigued to start testing.
Please don't test on me, even if I'm sleeping.
Especially
Do
if
not
you're
set me on
sleeping.
fire.
I really wanted to say I just need to grab my daughter and a dog real quick.
No, Papa.
Can we kick him out of the
Edward.
call? Is that possible?
That's
Yes.
horrible.
I can't fuck you.
Hate you. You know that's a trauma point for me.
Jesus.
Just keeps the show moving, guys.
Anyway,
Just never break stride. Moss completely stops. Nick never breaks stride.
we're gonna jump back to Oleyna. Oleyna, what is there anything that you would like to do?
I hang out with Sam.
Okay. Vadym is going to he'll actually before he departs, he already knows your measurements intimately. He informs you. And he is going to look to Sam and he's gonna say, "All right, big boy, spread them." And he's going to take Sam's measurements. Sam, oddly enough, just lets it happen. There is a little bit of a flush on Sam's face as Vadym's hand drifts a little bit too far while measuring his inseam. But otherwise, he doesn't say anything. And then Vadym will give you a kiss. And then he also drags Sam down and gives him 2 kisses as he departs. I will have everyone's attire ready tomorrow. Goodbye.
And she'll sort of give a little flowery wave off to Vadym and then very slowly turn to look at Sam and say, "Oh dear, it seems as though we're alone now."
Is that okay?
Uh-huh.
Is there anything that you would want to do?
Is there a park?
It's an odd park. It's kind of an odd park because this is a city sort of built into a cliffside, so everything is sort of brown and made of stone and earth. But when you were walking to the tavern, you did remember a little bit of a sort of like a little walking area that had sort of growing trees that sort of would only need like sort of low light plants and stuff like that need like low light and not a whole lot of sunlight to thrive.
Would you like to go for a walk with me, Sam?
Of course, yes, that would be lovely. And he'll stand up and offer you his arm.
She just takes his hand. And
Oh, he just like...
it's sort of... Yeah. How long have you been traveling? And she's walking and talking with him about this.
Well, I actually called in a favor with someone I know in Dunbreak, one of the practitioners, to teleport me down. Oh. Yes.
It's quite the favor.
Yes, well, I wouldn't have made it in time for you. Would have taken me a little bit longer if I had traveled by horse. I was afraid I would have missed you otherwise, and I knew that you were traveling here by boat at least, so...
Uh-huh. Can I tell you something?
You tell me anything.
Although I'm fine and not injured or hurt or anything, I missed you. I am quite glad to see you here.
I will say my mornings have been rather dull since you've been gone. My dinners have been a bit lonely as well.
I don't really know how to do this.
What?
This. Care for somebody.
I'm afraid I'm a bit unsure myself.
I would like to learn.
It would be quite nice to learn together.
She sort of gives his hand a squeeze and leans up, and she will kiss him on the cheek.
He will lean down to sort of meet you halfway. You do note that his cheek is a little warm when you kiss it, blushing sort of a darker green. And he'll look you in the eye. I will be here for as long as you'll have me.
I think Oleyna gets nervous at that and sort of just gives a nod. And shall we walk?
He'll give it a little nod and pull you a little bit closer as you two walk. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Moss and Neck. You guys arrive at Hina's supplier. The store's a little bit busy. There's some other patrons milling about. And you take note that there is a great plenty of things about the store, both mundane as well as a couple of magical things, objects. You note some healing potions behind the counter. But the owner, Hina Lutger, is a sort of squat dwarven woman with a very robust beard, lots of embellishments in it, beads and baubles. And she greets you as you both walk in with a kind of firm, "How are ya?" before she sort of turns her attention elsewhere.
Oh, good morning. I'm sorry, good evening. It's been a long day. We really only need one thing. Looking to see if you had a bag of holding.
Bag of holding. Just a moment. And she'll sort of disappear into the back. And when she comes out, it takes a couple of minutes. You hear some rummaging going on. And she comes back and she plops what looks like an ordinary bag in front of you. Bag of holding.
Moss is dubious for some reason right now, and I don't know why. Oh, fantastic. You wouldn't mind if I tried it real quick?
She looks at you. Go ahead.
And Moss will pull out just a standard run-of-the-mill dagger, place it in the bag, and attempt to utilize the bag to make it not be in his hand anymore, basically.
What do you mean?
Because with a bag of holding, you put the thing in the bag, and then it
Yeah.
disappears into a plane.
Yeah.
So he's going to place it in there and then reach back in and see if it's there or not.
Oh, yeah, it is.
He pulls it back out. I don't believe this is the right kind of bag of holding. We're looking for a more magical type.
No. It worked. You dropped the knife in, and when you looked in, it wasn't there. But then you reached
Okay.
in to grab it, and you found the knife.
Okay. All right, and a few other things just to verify. Do you have any cheese or anything sharp or any books? Look, I'm just a messenger here. I get it.
No cheese. You're gonna have to go to the grocer for that.
I
Knives, daggers. You want a dagger?
figured. Sure.
Yeah, we got a couple of daggers. Just normal daggers, though. Nothing.
That's fine. She just said sharp.
Okay, so one.
Sure.
All right, that one dagger. And then books.
Yeah, just general books, I guess.
Like what
You
kind
said-
of books?
Do you have any blank books?
Like a journal?
Sure.
Yeah, we got a couple of those right over there.
All right, I'll grab one of those as well if you just want to go ahead and charge it. And how much is the bag of holding?
That's going to be 500 gold.
Oh shit. Okay. 1 moment, and he will walk over to Nick. You wouldn't happen to have a spare 200 I could get back to you later, would you? You're gonna tell me no.
I think I left it in.
You didn't.
I think I left it on my other armor.
No, you only have one set of armor.
He's
I know.
completely lying.
I know that because this armor still smells like ass.
I thought I cleaned it.
It's for everyone. I'm
Didn't
literally.
Oleyna give you money?
No.
She said she'd pay.
Well, that's interesting because she didn't give me money for anything.
She did
Then
say
go
she
bring-
needed to go to the bank.
Then go. I'll wait here while you go get the money.
How much money do you guys have?
I ain't
Well,
giving
if I
him my
put-
money.
If I put every penny I have 367, and then Moss will have 0 money.
I only have 100.
And 50 of that is actually Eilif's, and I spent like 3 copper of her money. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Put this to the side. I guess I'm gonna go find Oleyna and see if I can get some money from her. And
I'll peruse while you're gone.
I don't know where Oleyna is, to be honest with you, but hey, you know, Moss will figure it out. Moss kind of walks out a little pissed off.
Don't you have sending? That's crazy.
It's 150 feet. You want to just walk around sending?
Sending's not 150 feet. That sending's anywhere.
Oh, I don't want to waste a 3rd level spell. What if assassins come?
Then you'll send a message to the assassins.
Yes.
Just do the sending. It's
Moss
just
would
like
walk back
just
to the
talk
bar
to her.
first.
Hina's looking a little annoyed. I could hold it for you, if you want.
I'll be back in like less than 30 minutes.
All right, well.
And I'll be here shopping, so.
Probably not buying anything.
He asks to use my bathroom. I'm going to say no. You have to buy something to use the bathroom.
If you do have to buy something, you mind buying a bag of holding? And Moss will walk out.
Moss, I'm going to have you roll an investigation check as you're trying to search for Oleyna. I imagine you kind of went back to the tavern and found that she was not there any longer. So now you're going to have to try to like figure out where she might have gone.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. You're kind of thinking, you're like, well, you know, Vadym probably left to go work on the clothing and the dresses and the suits for you guys. And that would have left her with Som.
Don't
You're
really
not
want to bust in
quite-
on anything.
You're not quite sure what her and Som get up to when they're alone. But you do know that they frequently used to take walks around Dunbrig. So you imagine they probably went for a walk, and you do remember passing by a park.
I'll just cast sending.
Okay. Waste that
Oleyna,
3rd level.
he will cast sending. Oleyna, I'm trying to pick up the bag of holding. It's a bit more than I have. I don't know if you have any gold on you, but I do need about 500 for the bag.
I can message back, right? I can say.
Yeah, you can say up to
I can
25 words in return.
She's going. You are going to hear. I'm going to spend 3 of those words groaning. I'll be at the bank.
Moss will go ask a guard where the nearest bank is, and then go there.
He'll just point in the direction. He kind of mumbles some directions.
And I think Oleyna will ask Som if he's familiar with the area enough to find the bank.
He is. He's been to Knife's Edge a time or two in his travels, as well as working as a mercenary previously. And he will easily lead you to the branch. He will accompany you in. However, once you go up to the counter, he will stand off to the side for your like privacy and stuff. But he's kind of keeping an eye out.
Yeah. So Oleyna is gonna go up to the accounting lady.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd like to make a withdrawal.
Name and account number, please.
And Oleyna will give it.
She does her little thing. She presses her finger to her ear for the sending stone. And she relays the information back to the main branch. You said withdraw.
Yes. 1,000, please.
Okay. I just need you to please sign this slip here.
And she'll sign, and Oleyna's got this big flourishing
Mhm.
signature.
Okay. And she just verifies the signature, and then she will one moment, please, and she'll disappear into the back, where you know that the vault is. She returns with a bag, with 1,000 gold in it. Can I do anything else for you today?
No, darling, that's it. Thank you very much. And she'll return back to Psalm and say, I suppose we should wait outside for Moss. He's coming to meet me.
Are you sure you don't need to go do anything? I didn't want to pull you from the group.
Well, I should be looking for a map of the Redford Keep, but I mean, I have all day tomorrow to do that, and she sort of hems and haws. I just wanted to see you.
There's like a very faint trace of a smile on his face, and all right, I wanted to spend time with you.
She sort of lights up at this and then nods for them to go outside to wait for Moss.
Moss arrives.
Imagine she's got this quite hefty bag of gold.
Yeah, and you note that there are people who are like passing by who are like, holy fuck, that's a lot of gold. But then they see Psalm standing next to you. And they keep moving, they keep trucking. And
Yes.
Moss arrives not 10 minutes later. Yeah.
Moss, dear.
Yes.
She holds the bag out.
Thank you. I don't know. You seem a bit flustered. Apologies. Just trying to get this moving.
It's not you, I assure you. She sort of like eyeballs Psalm.
All right. Well, I will take this and continue our preparations. I hope you have a great evening.
Perhaps we all have dinner together tonight? As a group?
Sure. I
Wonderful.
don't know when the merchant will be passing through. I do want to keep an eye on that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I got a little bit distracted. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Vadym would have told you that he likely would be arriving tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay. Well, since the merchant's not arriving till tomorrow morning, certainly we can all have dinner. Where would you like to meet? Oh, just back at the tavern.
Yes, I suppose. And she looks up at Psalm. Is that all right if we have dinner all together as a group? Perhaps we can
course.
plan some things. More things.
Oh, and a small amount of tea. I know how much you enjoy that. Currently, Eilif and Ceres are at a theater together. Nick and I did a little matchmaking to kind of force them into it, but hopefully sparks will fly now that they're alone together.
Delightful. Wonderful, even. And she'll sort of like slink a little closer to Psalm. I just love that.
Well, I'll go continue to put up with Nick and try to get everything ready.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Put up with Nick.
You're not there. Please shut your mouth.
Anyway, we are going to take a break here. I have to pee, and I didn't realize we've been going for almost 2 hours. So we're going to take a quick...
I don't have to pee anymore.
Oh, well then. I have to pee. So we're going to go take a cheeky little break, and we'll be right back, guys. Stick around. Bye. Don't ritz the fucking chat, you bastard. Hi, guys. We're back. How's it going? We're going to jump to Moss and Neck as Moss returns to Hina's supplier. Neck dies suddenly. Cardiac arrest. It's very sad.
Exploded.
Worth it.
Yes, Moss, you return with 1,000 gold richer, although I don't know if it's really richer since it's not technically your money, but you now have enough money to buy a bag of holding at least.
Got you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry, I ran. I didn't want to really be waiting.
That's fine.
All right, so what's my total for all this stuff?
Bag of holding, a dagger, and a journal, right?
Yes,
No
ma'am.
cheese. No cheese.
You didn't have any cheese.
We have no cheese.
I was thinking maybe you had some artisanal cheese. But yeah.
Nah. I don't
Aren't they
like
kind of
products. Yeah, no, it gets stinky in here. So,
That's fair. Cheese can be relatively stinky.
all right. Well, it's just gonna be 510 gold.
And Moss will pull out the pouch, and he's going to try and bluff and put 505 down. That's all I've got.
Roll me a deception check.
This should go well. Deception. Where the hell? Oh. Well, that went poorly. That's a 14.
She's she's standing on a stool behind the counter. She is a dwarf. She leans over. That bag's a bit heavy for you to be saying you're short, huh?
Oh, the rest of this money isn't mine. That's all I have in this bag. And he'll put that bag down and then pull 5 out of his personal pouch and put it on the counter.
She'll grab the 5 gold that you put in addition. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, well, and she'll kind of count very briefly. You know, she's probably well versed in quickly counting money out. All right, everything's in order. You need anything else from me today?
No, I think we're good.
All right, well, skedaddle.
Oh, it's been a pleasure shopping here. Thank you. Nice bid. And he'll start to walk out.
Next, gonna be like, do you actually have anything that would hide a blade on somebody's person?
Probably clothing.
Okay. Then I'll just see you.
All right. Where do you two go?
Well, now that I've done all this running around, shall we go to the potion store? Do you think it's even necessary?
Probably not. We could.
If there's a single moment where anybody looks at me and says, "Oh boy, we could sure use an invisibility potion," I'm going to kill you.
He like looks at you and he's like, "Wouldn't happen." Anyways, we could take a cheeky little detour. Maybe
To
go
where?
see if there's a library and do some research.
The one thing I've been doing for the past 2 months. Yeah, let's continue. Sure. Find a library. I do
don't
enjoy
have
your
to.
idea of fun. And Moss is mostly just poking at you. He doesn't mind.
It's like it's
So-
not really fun. It's more bad way.
So do you guys want to find like a library?
Sure.
You ask around for a little bit, and you realize that Knife's Edge does not have a library.
Thank God.
So yeah,
Uh,
we can go to the post shop.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I feel like God was talking. What was God saying?
I was gonna say there is a bookstore. And you get pointed in the direction of the bookstore, and it's rather small, tiny collection. If you want to go in, not sure if you're looking for something in particular, but we could roll for it.
Well, if there's something particular, appears there's a bookstore here. We can at least take a look.
Yeah, we can peruse really quick. Just see all in and out, see if anything.
And would you like for me to help you look for something, or
If you want to. Anything.
what are we looking for?
To like lean forward a little. Necromancy stuff.
At hearing this, Moss will change. His face has been fairly childlike, almost jovial for most of the day. And upon hearing this, it's a dangerous road you're walking.
I'm just learning. You got to know more about everything to know more about spirits and afterlife, and this is just an avenue of knowledge.
Look, I'm not trying to pass judgment. When I believed my father dead, I researched all kinds of things. But if you say it's just for knowledge, I have no reason to distrust you. Please don't drive yourself insane about this. It's not a fun road.
Oh, I won't.
All right.
Famous last words.
Shush.
That's something an insane person would say.
So you walk
He
into the
basically said,
bookstore.
"Hold my beer."
You walk into the bookstore. There's a lizard folk standing behind the little counter.
Oh,
His little eyes look at you.
good day.
Okay.
How are you?
Hello.
A lovely store you have here. Do you have any books on magics?
He kind of like very like like reptilian. He kind of moves his body. Any magic in particular?
Afterlife, necromancy, spirits.
His head whips to you, Neck, and you see his little tongue dart out for a second. Necromancy.
Yeah, I guess if you
Interesting,
Have-
interesting. Why would you want a book on that?
to learn knowledge.
Oh, well, we have nothing of that sort here. Unless
What sort do you have?
he winks.
I'll wink back, be like, sure, show me.
Show me first. He
Moss
wants
will-
gold.
Yeah, Moss will lean over. He's asking you to give him gold.
How much?
Whatever you feel is sufficient for what you're looking for. This is
I'll-
kind of a risk you have to take.
I'll put 50 on the table.
Sure, you can put down 200 for the bag of holding.
His tail kind of comes up and gathers the coin as he sort of counts it. Oh, okay. Be right back. And he'll sort of slither on to the back room, and he comes back with a hefty book, and he'll kind of place it gently on the counter and slide it over to you, straight from Ruin itself.
Is this the only thing that you have? You have more?
Only thing, no, nothing more, just that. Unless
He'll put down 50 more gold.
he goes back, and he comes back with another
You
book,
mother-
a little slimmer. Okay, this is actually all I have, I promise.
Unless.
Just kidding. Funny joke, I know. Go on, take a look. Is it what you want? Is it what you
He'll just take
desire?
both. He'll just take both. He doesn't even bother opening it or reading it right now. He's just like, I'm sure this is perfect.
He kind of he takes the gold and he shoves a couple of the coins in his mouth. Is that all?
Do you eat the coins?
No, I just hold them in my mouth.
Okay. And then he's like, he'll give him 6 gold, and he's like, that's for you for helping and being so generous.
He'll gather the gold and tuck it into one of his little skimmed flaps. All right.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Have fun with your new books. Enjoy
Oh,
reading.
I will.
Goodbye. Mouthful of gold.
That was an interesting encounter.
I got books, so I just am not even going to comment on that fellow. Very interesting, though.
Unless.
Well, is he still back there? What the
50 more gold.
All right, well, I guess we should we try to collect them from the theater? Do you think we should just go back to the inn?
Get hall.
Oh, we should probably go back to the inn. I don't think we'd want to interrupt any after theater activities.
Yeah. Well, first round's on. Technically, Oleyna.
Me? Oh, okay. He will have said me, and then after you said Oleyna. Yeah, Oleyna.
Oh, I don't expect you to spend your gold. We know how much you don't want to help in any way. So.
Hey, I would have, but somebody else had offered to pay for everything. Why would I waste my own money?
Well, I asked you actually for a loan, and then we could just see if we couldn't get the money back from her, so we could repay you, so I didn't have to run halfway around the fucking city.
He just starts
But that's okay.
So, the inn?
But no, it's fine. I'll do everything. Yes, sure. The end. Let's go.
I was gonna offer to let you read the small book while I read the big book.
I've already read both of those books. You'll find nothing of use in them. Moss has not read either of those books. He's just pissed right
I
now.
was gonna say, I want an insight check. But
And we will make our way back to the inn.
Okay. Eilif.
Yes.
The show was a little boring, maybe a little pretentious, but honestly, it really wasn't about the show. You're sitting there next to Saris, quite content. And he laughs when, like, the rest of the audience laughs. And how are you feeling in this moment?
Yeah, she feels a little conflicted. Like that she's having a pretty good time. Like she knows her kid is safe, but it just feels a little weighted. And then she becomes curious about what he stole and why. So she's having a good time, but as always, having several thoughts at the same time.
As the show finishes up, I think that Saris knows you well enough to have sensed that there's something on your mind. And as you guys leave the theater, taking a couple of like the back streets so there's less of a crowd, because the city is quite busy, quite bustling. It has a very large population, and there's always tourists coming in and out. Something on your mind?
Yeah, what did we take for them? Borrow.
Well, you didn't take anything. I took something from them, so if anyone asks you if you took something, you say no, because you don't want them to be on your ass.
Yeah, no, I remember that bit of the orientation.
Mm-hmm.
But what did you take?
He looks at you, and you can see that he's a little bit conflicted in telling you. But you are, regardless of the lack of red that you wear, you are a member of the Ring of Ash, and you are one of the best. The Circle of Brass found something outside of the wilds. They took it. Lord Oleyna heard about it through his spies, wanted it, contracted out to the Quiet Starlings, who then contacted us to take care of it. It's a mask of some sort.
Mm.
It's something odd about it. But the Lord Oleyna is a purveyor of magical artifacts, so it's quite frankly none of my business what he does with it. He's probably just going to set it in a vault and loom over it like the rest of his horde.
All right. I guess we're gonna have to get into that vault. I mean, not for the mask, I mean for the other reasons, but while we're in there,
I mean, it couldn't hurt to take a few things, you know?
pocket a watch here, coins there, a nice
what's-
necklace thing.
What's a couple of jewels?
Bubbles, really?
Yeah, it's not going to miss them. Probably.
We probably shouldn't wear them. They might be cursed if they're just jewels.
I will, I'll take you back to the tavern, and then I'm going to try and see if I can get you that map.
Okay. Oh, are we passing by any stalls that have like spoons on display or anything?
You note that there are a couple of little, like, antique stalls, to take a look at.
Yeah, I want to stop at one of the stores while we're talking and like scanning for a small spoon.
You're kind of looking, and you spot actually a little sort of tiny like little teaspoon. It's very intricately carved. It's got little vine patterns on it. It's actually quite similar to the one that you had found in Comdov. It's almost like it could have been part of a set.
Oh, yeah, then I'll just point at it and then continue talking with Cyrus. So what's our cover story? You're a merchant, I'm a
My god.
A god, yes.
God?
That
I mean, you could be my
whole-
date. Perhaps my partner?
partner.
Romantic
works.
partner.
That works.
If that's alright.
Yeah.
Is that alright?
No, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, no, that's I love that actually. Yeah.
Alright, so you're my romantic partner, and we've been together for a
7?
couple. Yeah?
7? Yeah.
7. You're 7, yeah. Undisclosed the actual amount of time, just 7. If someone asks, we say 7.
I was gonna let you fill in the blank for that.
7. Well, you're 7 years would be a little weird because, like, you would have been.
Yeah, because I'm not. Yeah, no.
7 months.
Months. Yeah, months.
Months
could
is
work.
good. And we are in love.
Wonderful. Love that.
Yes, we're in love.
It would be a little. I won't lie. It might be a little weird if you bring. If it's just me and then no gods. Because I'd be like, oh, was there actual entanglement? You know. So like maybe, like legally binded might also be better. Less questions, and I don't have to talk as much.
Wife?
You know, yeah, that works. That works.
All right, you're my wife. I'm a
Yeah.
merchant. I sell weapons.
Wonderful. We both know about those.
We know weapons. Weapons is good. You know, someone asked me about a dagger. I can tell you if it's a good weight, if it's balanced, you know, all that.
Make, model,
Yeah, make and model.
origin.
What type of metal
Well-
they used.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. I like that.
All right. What's your name gonna be?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Well, I'm gonna be
Oh.
Smail, because that's the person that we're going to essentially kidnap, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Ain't he got a wife?
He's probably got a wife. We have to ask Vadym about that. I'm not really quite sure.
Yeah. No, we got to figure that out, and then I'll be her, I guess.
All right,
All
figure it out.
wonderful.
we'll ask Vadym. I'm a little worried about the attire, I'm not gonna lie. He had a whole lot
Yeah.
going on.
He was very forward in the way that I dislike him.
I didn't dislike him. I just think that maybe spending prolonged periods of time with him, I might want to go take a long walk off of a dock.
See, I thought if you know what, you're right, I don't dislike him. It's just if he talks to me for longer than 10 minutes, I'm gonna have to just kind of shove his head underwater and just keep it there for a little bit.
I don't know that your friend would like that though. She seems quite taken with him.
No, I won't, but the thought would come into mind and then I could continue with the conversation.
Alright. So you just kind of visualize it?
And then-
Visualize the head underwater? Let it happen?
And then
Continue on.
yes, and then continue
Yeah.
the conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's actually not that bad. I just don't want to dress in what they're putting me in.
Well, I think I think that you will look quite nice. Not that you don't look nice now. I've already said you look quite nice. Your butt is very nice in those leathers.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I understand. I'm just worried about where we're going to hide our weapons. Are we allowed to have our weapons? I don't think so. That's a nice party.
don't
I'm
think
sure
so.
that they're going to
Well,
confiscate things.
We're weapons like merchants, so we could put some in my hair as like fake jewels, you know, ornate.
That's an idea. I like that idea. All right.
And then
Well,
if we need it, just you know.
something to think about, something to ask your friends about, you know, if they've thought about thought this far ahead. And as he says that, you guys do arrive back at the Angry Starling. And he sort of
I can get my spoon.
yeah.
All right, I give him the spoon.
He takes it, and then he digs into his pocket to come out with the other one that he has.
The matching
that-
set.
Oh, the match. That's neat.
Yeah.
He hands you the other one that he had originally had.
Oh. You know, if we bent them, they could be into like little rings, and we'd never like lose them.
Actually, give me that one back.
Okay, I hand it back to him.
Thanks. All right, well, I'm gonna go get that map. See you soon.
All right, I put the spoons away. I'm pretty sure they're silver.
He tucks them into his pocket. All right, well, I'll meet you all probably back here tomorrow. I guess. I don't think we've really quite established a meeting spot, but
I mean, you know where we're staying, so
Departing kiss.
not whenever
mind
you
your
kiss.
business.
And I'll just go, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to end a date, so you know.
As you're kind of contemplating, he just leans down and kisses you.
She gets really flushed, and you can feel the warmth radiating. She goes, all right, well, have a good night and find us the map.
He sort of throws you a little wink. I think he's feeling a little bit more confident after this whole thing, and he will wave you goodbye as he disappears down the street.
Eilif is gonna shake off the little like jitters and the little butterflies before she enters the room, the like tavern, because she knows she's gonna get clowned on. So she's just like, all right, and then she goes inside.
As you go, you note that Moss and Neck are already there. Oleyna. Oddly enough, as you are approaching the tavern, you see two familiar people had been standing outside from a distance. You watch the little exchange between Eilif and Saris.
I think a quiet smile crosses Oleyna's face, and she doesn't quite look up at Psalm, during that exchange, but she sort of like side eyes, I guess, his chest,
Mhm.
depending on the height difference there.
He is a large man, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy. And she'll kind of give him another squeeze of the hand and then sort of just indicate for him to come in with her. Are you, well, before we go in, where are you staying? I had intended on working, but since you're here, I suppose I don't really need to.
He kind of, well, I sort of just got into town today, so didn't really have a place set, but don't feel obligated to not work, if you don't want to. If you want, I can accompany you, to the brothel and sort of just hang out as you work, sort of keep an eye on things.
That wouldn't bother you?
No?
She knows Psalm's like history about that, right? At this point.
He would have told you that yes, his mother was a courtesan. Not full details, but he
Yeah.
had told you that that's, he grew up with just a single mother and his mother was a courtesan, and that's how she made her living. That's how they lived.
To be quite honest with you, Psalm, I would quite like that. As long as you're nearby, I feel quite content.
He nods. He's like, I think I would feel better being near you as well, just to make sure, since and he leans down to you. News had traveled up to Dunbreak about the whole affair as well. After I got your letter, I heard whispers. I'm worried that there will be other people after you. This seems to be a fair price.
On my head?
He nods.
There's something you should know, Psalm. My father is Lord Crane. I'm his bastard. My last name is Kay. He's a rich man with nearly infinite resource. I fear a confrontation.
You think he's the one who put the price on your head?
I believe so. I've sent a letter to him to let him know that I'm aware of his indiscretions.
You've stayed in Solaris most of your life, and he's never done anything like that. You think that he is worried that you will expose him in some way, being outside of Solaris?
I believe that might be his thought process. I believe that he is worried of my ability to, I suppose, expose the fact that he is not a faithful man to his wife. And
He nods.
I don't believe they have any children at the moment. Technically, I'm his only heir.
I'm going to reach out to some people tonight for confirmation. If it is your father, then we should best be prepared. A man with his resources will stop at nothing and will pay top price for whatever goal they want to accomplish.
I'm not afraid of him, Sam.
But I'm afraid for you.
Let's have dinner.
He'll nod and kind of understand that you're not wanting to continue that line of conversation. And you guys will walk into the tavern where you see the rest of the party.
I think Oleyna will sit and put her hand out expectantly at Moss. The rest of my gold.
Of course, and he will pull out the additional 500. Give it back to her.
Thank you, darling. I hope your shopping was successful.
Thank you. I did manage to get us a bag of holding, so
Excellent. We can stow our weapons away.
just the hope.
Eilif,
Problem solved.
Oh, speaking of which, here is a dagger and a journal and your 40
Oh.
gold.
Thank you. Oh, just holding him, put him in my pouch. Thanks. What kind of book is it?
It's blank. You can
Oh.
write whatever you would like in it.
Nice surprise. Usually when I say book, I say surprise me. I just forgot that bit.
Well, you can be surprised.
I am surprised. I'm gonna write as many words as I remember.
Fair, fair.
So, he is, Cyrus is on his way, to find the map that we need. And hopefully, I need to talk to Vadym. We need to know if the merchant has a wife or a partner or a paramour.
well, I'm sure you could find Vadym in the shop that he's working in now.
As you guys are speaking, the door to the tavern opens with a flourish. And in comes the familiar purple tiefling man. Oh, my ears were ringing. Were you talking about me?
Oh, my darling, you've returned.
Yes,
I'm
yes, I've
gonna
made quite some
grab-
progress.
Can Eilif grab next hand under the thing and just crush it? Just
Next thinks that it's like a game and you start squeezing yours harder.
now she thinks it's a game, so she's
Now it's just a matter of
Anyway.
pride.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I know you've missed me. I'm back. I have made progress with your outfits. You guys are going to love them.
Beautiful.
I actually had a question about mine. Could you
Yes.
hide a sheath for a blade in
Oh,
somewhere?
of course. Where would you like it? I have
Anywhere.
ideas. Oh, anywhere.
Just let me know where you put it.
Oh, this is going to be so delightful. I can't wait for the fitting. Yes. He looks a little heated in the moment. Of
He's
course.
actually like,
Plumped.
maybe not in the inseam, please.
Oh. Fine. Take all the fun out of it. Whatever.
Anywhere else you want.
Oh, I thought that would be the best place since it's pretty empty.
Oh, darling, trust me, I felt up there. Whew.
Neck looks right at Eilif. How was your date?
A date.
A
Yes.
date.
So
Tell
tall,
us
dark,
about
and
it, darling.
handsome.
She's just gonna put her hands over her mouth and just scream for a second. Sorry. It was fun. It was pretty good, I think. Never been on one of those.
You've never been on a date before?
Nah.
Are you sure? You look like the type of person that probably wouldn't know when they're on a date.
She thinks back.
Neck just
Was she ever on a date?
You've been on dates before, Eilif.
Oh, I guess
You were, yes,
I-
you were, yes.
She's just like, oh yeah, no, I guess I have been. It was just different, I guess.
So how was it? What'd you do?
It's good. We went to the theater.
The theater where it's all dark and cozy and you play little games with your hands together in the darkness of the theater. Do any of
Remember
that?
the time you took me to the theater and then we got kicked out of the theater.
Well, yes, darling. We were playing little hand games in the back.
That's right.
Alright, I'm not as open as you lot are, so I'm gonna just slink back into the chair.
Did you
She,
have
leans
fun?
way back.
But, Eilif, how was the goodbye? I think
Yeah,
she gives you a
said goodbye.
knowing look, by the way.
It was alright. Yeah, it was good.
Just all right.
It was good. It was-
Well, as long as you had fun, darling.
Well, I needed to ask you, do you know if the merchant that we're helping get to the party, has a spouse or
Oh yes.
Okay.
Samel, he has he's got a wife. What's her name? What is her name?
It just
no.
feels
Her name and something. Renala.
Renala?
Mhm.
Okay. Wonderful.
Are you two inspiring to play husband and wife?
No. Yeah, well, it's the plan. It's the best course of action.
Oh
Thing
yes,
is,
of course it is.
I have to get in.
Yeah.
And it'd be weirder to have bring a guard to the party as it's a party, and yeah.
Yeah. Of course. It's the only it's the only logical course of action, of course, yes. No others
Yes.
to be found. Just that one.
Yeah, no, that's it. Then let's move on. What did you guys do today? And I'll look at Sam and Oleyna.
You know you two will need rings.
Rings.
Rings?
Mm.
Rings. Wedding bands.
Oh, where do I get those? The store? And I'll point back to where the general store is.
I think that Oleyna would probably root around in her pockets. I imagine she just has a plethora of jewelry
Mhm.
on her persons and just sort of like holds out like a handful of various rings. Pick one.
Trying
They're-
to find the one that's gold and the least.
They're all
Like-
quite they're gold, they're silver. There's a couple of undefined metals in there. But they all have these big ass rocks on them.
No, a wedding bin's supposed to be like plain.
Oh,
Oh, that's boring.
I don't know what this word is.
Plain.
I don't like it. It's upsetting.
Plain. Ugh.
True. Ugh.
Is that not common here?
Ugh.
Plain.
No,
Plain.
darling, we
Come
want
from-
bigger the better.
Opulence, darling. Opulence.
The bigger, the
Wow.
more you love them. Clearly.
That's right. And she sort of kind of glances over at
Poor Sam.
He's not picking up on that vibe.
I'm just gonna pick up whichever one. I guess you pick. Actually, can I have the gold ones and I'll let Cyrus pick?
There you go. And she just plops them in your hand.
I'll take a.
You now have a handful of rings that probably equal about like 20,000 gold in your hand.
If you sell any of them, I will know.
You
And
muted
then I
Jay.
will kill you.
I'm gonna just shove all of them with the rest of my stuff and just.
Okay.
I won't.
Neck will look at Oleyna and be like, "Can I talk with you? Do you have a moment?"
Yes, of course. Order our drinks and we'll return.
Oh, try and find like a quieter corner or something.
She'll follow him.
The tiefling at the bar will sort of, if you want to go ask her, she'll let you guys into like the back room area. It looks like it's probably used for like private parties.
Yeah, Oleyna will actually. I think she'll take the gumption to sort of wave Neko over. You don't mind if we just have a private conversation briefly?
No, go for it. Go for it. No,
Thank you,
go for it.
Thank you.
She's definitely going to eavesdrop.
Good.
Once we get back there, Nick's like flustered in a way, and he's just like, do you have plans to work tonight or spend it with Sam, or are you?
I was going to find the nearest brothel to go work.
Could I potentially buy some of your time?
I didn't think that you were that sort of man, Nick.
And he'll pull out like a disguise kit that he has, and
Oh,
like either he'll have like a little picture or he'll describe what his wife looks like, and he's like, if you could try and
Nick.
just want to have one last conversation with her.
Not like that, Nick. No, darling,
I can pay.
it's not about the gold. It's not. And she's going to sort of... Oleyna is the type of person who is very quick to mask any softness with this like feigned seduction, right? So what this tenderness is not normal for her. She will pull an arm around your shoulders and sort of draw you in to this hug. Nick, if it is a matter of wanting to talk with your wife one more time, I am not the person to aid in that. Not in that way, I assure you. You can talk to her any time you want. You know this. And she will always listen.
I know. I have just...
I know. If you want, you can always come and speak with me. But do not pay for my confidence.
He just has like tears streaming. He's like, I just want to let her know the progress I'm making.
I would bargain that she is quite aware. She's with you always, Nick. Whether or not you necessarily feel her presence, but she's watching you. And I'm most certain she is most proud. Don't cry. Would she want you to do that? To wallow?
I don't know. When I was always at home, she would tell me what to do.
Nick, you could almost hear Anesti's voice in your head. Why are you crying, you big baby?
He like chuckles a little bit. It's like, you're right, I guess.
I've never been wrong. And oh, go ahead.
No, you first.
I think she would sort of, in a very motherly way, sort of reach up and wipe his face. There. Much better.
Thank you, Oleyna.
Of course, Nick. Anytime. Just not that. No offense. It's nothing to do with you, I assure you. It's just... No, thank you.
Nick is like, he is like, it was a little weird to ask.
Yeah, that's the problem here with friendships, with courtesans, right? And if you ask for a service, it suddenly becomes awkward.
Yeah.
But my friendship comes with no fee.
So, I think I might just go up to my room and study. I found some more books.
Good night, Neck.
Good night.
And she'll exit first.
Neck, I imagine you'll exit after a few moments to compose yourself.
Yup.
The rest of the party, you'll note that Oleyna comes back to the table. And you watch as Neck emerges. His face is a little, you can't quite see it as it's sort of like he's turned a little bit away from you as he makes his way up the stairs, to the room, his room, without bidding any of you a good night. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna look at Oleyna since she was the last to talk to him, and I'll go, "You alright?"
He will be.
Yeah, I get that. So, food?
I suppose a quick nibble. I do need to find the nearest brothel.
I'll go with. Hold on, wait. If we're gonna go to a brothel, I'm more than happy to go along.
You want to eat at the brothel?
Yes.
You know,
always.
not every brothel has ribs, right?
Yes, but every brothel has a good cook.
That's very true. Very true. It's sort of one of those insider secrets that you keep the girls well fed and they perform well.
Yeah, nah, it's I'll buy a girl for the night if it's necessary, but I just want the food.
It's sort of the polite thing to do. But she kind of looks at some, not you though.
I'm not allowed to have the ribs.
You can have the ribs, just never mind. Don't worry
Can
about
we buy?
that.
Hold on. Can we buy the same girl and then get the ribs as well at the same time?
I don't want to buy a girl.
No, they just bring you stuff. I don't make them do anything. They just like come by and then they drop off the ribs and then they like go. Or they can
That's
stay
fine.
out. Yes.
That's fine.
Vadym joins in on the conversation. Well, I, for one, need a little stretch. Need a little limber up a little bit.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't need to know you.
thinking elf.
Very
Blonde.
good choice, my dear.
Blue eyes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that'll
Strong.
do tonight. Oh yes.
A strong one.
Just someone that can
Muscles.
throw me around, you know.
I love this
Eilif
for
is
you.
covering her ears. And she just looks at Sam. Is he done yet?
So I'm sort of like leaning back and he's like, just very confused by Vadym. He's a little like, not in like I don't like you kind of way, but just like, wow. This guy is he just says whatever's on his mind, huh?
I think Vadym might have a little bit of autism.
He got the tism. It's two different brands of autism.
Yeah. I think Oleyna will sort of motion for Vadym. Well, lead the way. I suspect you know where the brothel is.
The sweet canal. Come, you will love it. And he is going to lead you guys to the Sweet Canal, which is the brothel here in Knife's Edge. Moss, are you joining?
Yes, I suppose I'll go. They do have good food. Possibly, maybe play a bit there.
You'll probably be able to make a couple of coin at least. You all make it to the Sweet Canal. It is a lot of color. A lot of color going on. It's a little jarring at first. The madam there is a rather large woman. You think that she might be like maybe half Goliath or maybe full Goliath. Think Gwendolyn Christie.
I love that.
And she will welcome you all in. Oleyna, she allows you without too much fuss. Her reputation does precede you in this business. She will allow you to work. She will give you a little assistant, a little halfling woman to help you out throughout the night. And the rest of the party will be fed. And Moss, she allows you to perform. And you will make 10 gold, 18 silver, and 8 copper pieces.
Thank you.
I think once Oleyna is like ready, changed and ready to go ahead and work, she'll sort of cast Sam a glance of sort of gratitude of thanks for being cool with this.
Thanks. Sam has he's sort of settled down at a table in sort of the lounge area with Eilif, and there is a mound of food between them, and you imagine that it's not going to last very long. And he sort of sends you sort of like a glance as you disappear up the stairs into the private quarters. There doesn't seem to be like any, like there's no sort of possessiveness, no jealousy or anything like that. It's just like he's watching his partner go off to work in the morning, like nothing weird. Vadym, as soon as he had stepped into the place, he had spotted the man that he was going to spend the night with. He made eyes at him. He looked at the madam for the brothel and was like, that one, send him to my room. And he goes up the stairs as though he owns the place. And you will not see him until morning. Would anyone like to do anything at this point, or shall we wake up in the morning?
I'm gonna read.
Okay. I will let you know what you find later on.
Do I take a client?
Roll me a d4.
Okay. I don't know if I have a d4 out. Let's find out together. Three.
You take 3 clients for the night. 1 client wants the full service, and 2 clients are simply looking for companionship for the night. So for about an hour, you will read together, sort of talk. One just wants to talk. It seems like he's having a rough day, and he just wanted someone to talk to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So give yourself the appropriate amount of gold, and we do have a hydrate. I don't know where my water bottle is. I think that it's next to Joel.
Next to me?
Give her water.
My water next to you. He's the second client. We're hydrating. All right. We wake up in the morning. You all have an objective. You need to find this merchant and dispose of him in whatever means that you want in order to steal his identity.
I think Oleyna through the night would have like an epiphany. And she'll like rush down the stairs to Eilif. Or find Eilif.
Yeah. I'd probably be up eating again.
Oleyna's like half dressed. She just has like a robe pulled around her like this, and she's like, I have it! I understand what we need to do now.
Okay, your bits aren't out, so go for it.
Hear me out. We just lie to the man and tell him that his invitation has been rescinded. And that we need to take it. Hear me out, darling. I don't know if you know this or not, but I am a bit of a liar.
No,
Quite-
I just meant when
quite
he like
good.
send a letter.
I'm sure he will send a letter, but that letter's not going to get to the keep until after the party, and that's not really our problem, now is it?
Yeah, all right. I was just gonna tie him up, put him in a closet, let him have a good time by himself.
No, why would we miss this opportunity to stir some shit?
I don't know. Just doesn't seem worth it. But I guess if you wanna.
But it would be kind of funny. You have to admit, it would be a bit funny.
Yeah, he'd be mad because then he'd be like,
What the fuck?
"He's like, I thought we were friends, and they were not
Right.
friends,
Right.
but they are friends.
But they are
It's kind of
friends.
meaning."
Yes, exactly. And so, hear me out. I have you. We
Right.
disguise ourselves, right? As officials. Tell them that their invitation was rescinded. We take the invitation. Now you have physical invitation.
All right, yeah.
Amazing.
Can I still tie him up and put him in a closet though?
No.
Oh. All right, I could just take the invitation as well. That
Yes.
works. I just wanted to tie someone up and put him in a closet.
Yes.
At that point, Vadym comes down, catching the tail end of that conversation, and he leans over Eilif's shoulder. Darling, if you wanted to tie someone up, you need only ask.
If you lean over my shoulder again, I'm gonna have to hit you.
You would never.
Oh, she likes it rough. I love that.
So
I'm
does
just gonna
he,
shove my
Eilif.
mouth full of food.
How was your night? Everyone had a good night? I had a wonderful night. Like a pretzel. Ugh.
It was successful.
Well, of course, darling. Have you seen you?
I have seen me. You're right, of course.
It's a sight to behold. So, did we have a plan for today?
Well, we lie to this merchant, tell him his invitation is rescinded. How funny is that? And then take his invitation and then send him on his merry way. And then we go to a party, I suppose, and look for this vault this lord has.
I think that is a wonderful idea, and I think it would hurt more to his pride if his invitation got taken away from him.
Yes, exactly.
Idiot.
Does Lord Oleyna have a wife?
Does he have he's a little bit of he's sort of reclusive. He holds these galas and these bowls to sort of, he likes to show off his collection. So normally when he procures something new, he likes to sort of have it as the main event.
I see.
But other than that, he's quite not really in the public eye.
Because I don't know if I told you my letter or not, but I did take up a keeper by way of Lord Aelin.
Oh, Lord Aelin.
150 gold a week.
Oh. I mean,
I
a
think it was
small price to
150.
pay for your services and your company.
Right. I'm just wondering if maybe I could also procure another keeper under Lord Aelin's nose.
I think... let me recall. I'm gonna roll for him. I think that Lord Oleyna is... not... He's a little bit more like me, from what I've heard. Tends to like the male companionship more. Why he's no
see.
heir.
Well, nevertheless, I am a beautiful thing that can be shown off.
Oh, he does like beautiful things. As do I. I feel like we are very similar in that way.
Are you Lord Oleyna?
Am I?
I don't know. I hope not.
How
since
funny
we're
would that
stealing
be?
from you.
Oh no, well, it wouldn't be the first time someone's stolen from me in this group, huh? And he sends a wink to Eilif.
I'm gonna stop apologizing for it.
Anyway,
Well, I'm just saying.
I think we have a plan.
Beautiful.
We'll meet up with the rest of everyone, and you will He should be arriving. I think a lot of the merchants and nobles are arriving today around mid-morning. So we have a little bit of time to get you all ready.
Excellent. We will disguise Eilif and myself first as officials, and then we'll get dressed after that.
I think you should do more of the talking.
I think that I will do all of the talking. She is just
the muscle.
the arms.
Yes. All right, well. He, claps his hands. Come on, everyone. Huddle up. And that is where we will leave today's session.
Awesome.
Love that.
All right. Anyway, thanks for hanging out today, guys. If anyone has anyone to raid, please let me know. But we will do our little outros. We don't speed run this time, guys.
Dude, we already hit world record today, so.
We did hit world record. Eilif, go ahead.
Hi. Hi, I'm Jay. I play Eilif Sanse. You can find me on all social medias at TheYellowCubes. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I am still streaming. My streams are still working. It's just the VODs that get messed up. So if you wanna go watch me stream some stuff, at TheYellowCubes with another S at the end, and then come by here to Tuesday and Saturday. It's very fun.
I am Mournian. You can normally find me here on specifically this coming Tuesday, as well as we finish that up, and here on every Saturday for the next few weeks, except next week, as Moss. And then any other time, just if Miri or Bones is streaming, I'm probably in their chat being a pain in their butt.
Joel.
I'm Joel. Neck in this game. And just guy in the background. Also TactlessRaccoon in chat. Also, Sarah's and Eilif sitting in a tree.
Christ. Bones.
Hi, I'm LittleBones309. I'm an indie gamer here on Twitch, and I play TTRPGs all around the web with all my friends. This week, I might be streaming tonight, but we might be doing our AAA Saturday on Sunday instead, so just keep that in mind. And then Wednesday, of course, Wishlist Wednesdays, and Tuesday, I'll actually be back over here for the Haunting of Greyfall Hollow, the finale, and then doing a whole bunch of other RPG stuff with all my pals.
Yeah! And hi guys, I'm Myriad. This is my channel. We do variety gaming and TTRPGs on this channel. As you know, Saturdays we run my D&D5e Homebrew campaign, All We've Lost, which is this. However, next Saturday we will be off because we will be taking part in the Greyhawk St. Jude's, right? St. Jude's charity event over on Darling Creepso's channel that Lord Gasumba hosts every year. So we will be over on Creep's channel on Saturday doing a reunion of the Slav Squad in 5e with Bleak DMing for us. So make sure to go follow Creep and go follow everyone else. I'm also going to shout out Lord Gasumba. For the children! We have to do it for the kids! But coming up this week, we do have the finale of The Haunting of Greyfall Hollow on Tuesday at 5 p.m. That is the game that we are running with the Sega system. And that Kickstarter is live now if you guys want to go support an indie creator and a really awesome system. It is setting and genre agnostic. Very easy to utilize, very easy to play. Yeah. We got a couple of things coming up in the next coming months as well, but we'll announce those formally as they come up. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the resubs. I appreciate you all so much. And we're going to go right over into Big Jim Slade Gaming. He is raising money for the Greater Boston Food Bank. So it is a good cause. And we just got more advantages for you guys, so everyone can add an additional advantage. Thank you so much, Quicha. But let me get that raid started.
I'm gonna put that in the notebook.
You gotta put it in the notebook. Yep.
I'm
Thank
a
you guys
whole
so
notebook
much.
guy.
And we will see you guys in 2 weeks on Saturday and then on Tuesday. So, stick around. Goodbye.